Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining. We are going to give about a minute or two for more of our network to pop in. But thank y'all for being so prompt. I see some of our chapters joining. Hello, everyone. We're just gonna give it about a minute to let more people pop in before we get started with our spring semester kickoff party. Thank you all so much for being here. It's so nice to see so many chapter members and students, familiar names joining us. Feel free to say hello in the comments, to introduce yourselves, where you're coming from. For all those chapter leaders who are on the call or on our Instagram live, feel free to drop something into the comments. Hello from Lifelink of Florida. Hello. We may have some of your chapters on the live. We'll see. Feel free to drop in the comments if you're from Lifelink of Florida's service area. And we will go ahead and get started. For anyone who may not recognize me, I'm Sophia Renner, SODA's engagement manager. I am one of SODA's 2 full-time staff. We also have Nicole Nidia, who I believe is on this call as well. Hello, Nicole. I'm so excited to be hosting our spring semester kickoff party. 2024 was seriously the most remarkable year for SODA, and I can't wait to recap all of the greatness from last year. Also provide some updates on our spring programming that we have coming up. And at the end of today's kickoff party, we'll be joined by a very special guest. Trust me, you won't want to miss this discussion that we have planned. So definitely stay on the meeting all the way through to the end, and you won't regret it, trust me. And like I mentioned, 2024 was a huge year for SODA. You may have seen the different celebrations on our socials and our blog post, or if you met Nicole or I in person, we were celebrating our 10th birthday with SODA. So it was founded in 2014 by Sarah Roif at Washington University in St. Louis. So last year was SODA's 10th birthday, which is a pretty big one if you ask me. So we had a special photo shoot you've probably seen on our Instagram. It was sent out in our impact report, and huge shout out to Bellarmine University for helping us coordinate and being in our photos and being such a big part of the celebration. I think I saw y'all in the chat, so thank you for being here. And another huge accomplishment last year was reaching our 100 chapter milestone. This was a goal that we had set for ourselves to achieve by 2025. So achieving it in 2024 was a whole year earlier than we had anticipated. And it's just so amazing to see how much our chapter network has grown, how many students are involved in SODA and representing each and every day on their campuses. So I'm so grateful to all of you who are here, and also to all 115 chapters that we have nationwide on high schools, colleges, and graduate school campuses as well. And I will kick off this kickoff party by sharing our fall 2024 impact numbers. These are the number of people that our students have educated and registered through their advocacy events that they host both on campus and out in their communities. We ask our students to report these numbers in our end of semester survey, so the one that was sent out in December. I'm sure most of our students on the call are familiar with it, and I'm really excited to share with you all that the number of people who were educated by SODA's student network in fall of 2024 was 52,176. And that number is crazy. That number is crazy. So thank you all to all of our students who put in the effort to educate that many people and all the hard work that it takes. And the total number of people registered by SODA Student Network in the fall of 2024 was 2,081. So huge congratulations to our students and our network on saving more lives this past fall semester than ever before in SODA's history. It's something well worth celebrating, and we're just so grateful for all of the hard work that y'all put in each and every day, every month, and every semester to make it better than the last. So this victory really belongs to you all, and we're just so excited to be able to share it. And that brings the total number of people who have been educated by SODA's network since 2014, when it was first founded, to over 202,000. It's 202,260 to be exact, which is a lot of numbers to throw at you, but over 202,000 people educated by SODA student leaders since 2014, and that is well worth celebrating, as well as 11,547 people registered by SODA student leaders since 2014 when we were founded. So yes, Sierra, literally brain explosion. Like, that is such an amazing number. And again, it's all thanks to our students. This is your victory, and I'm just so grateful to be sharing it out with our network, and feel free to post and celebrate this on your socials as well. And we will jump right in now to celebrating our Campus Challenge winners. Each fall semester, we host a Campus Challenge. This year was our second time around putting on this Campus Challenge. And the challenge is open to high schools, colleges, and graduate school students. They can be existing SODA chapter leaders or brand new student advocates. And this year we had 27 student-led teams competing for the $500 cash prizes, as well as the exclusive SODA branded merchandise, which I'm repping today. So sneak peek to our the champions of our most new donors registered, because these are going to be in the mail to you very, very soon for you to represent on your campus as well. And the point-winning activities that these teams participate in range from registration drives to education events, volunteering with their local organ procurement organizations, and sharing on social media. And this year we also mobilized our students to celebrate Eye Donation Month throughout November, which was a new addition and very exciting. And the total number of people educated by our 27 teams were 23,389, and the total number of people registered by these teams was 278. So thank you to each and every one of our participating teams for all of the hard work that you put into making this Campus Challenge so successful. We can't wait to do it again next fall, so keep your eye out on our socials to see the announcement for when it's getting started, and keep it on your radar so that you could be one of our winners, which is what we'll get into next, is celebrating those chapters. We've shared them on our socials, we've put them in the blog, but I need to give them their moment because they well deserve it. So our winning high school team, who also registered the most new donors throughout our challenge, is Warren County Career Center's Atrium campus. And I'm going to read a short blurb that we also have featured in our blog, just to give you an idea of all the amazing activities that our winners hosted. So Warren County Career Center created a campus-wide newsletter that kept their student body updated on their chapter's activities, and it included links to the online donor registry. And over the time of our Campus Challenge, which was 3 months, they racked up over 400 views, which is insane. And they didn't stop there. They also kicked off a Myth Mondays tradition where they would visit homerooms to bust myths and clear up misconceptions about organ donation. And they even brought donation advocacy into their wider community by teaming up with their local OPO, Network for Hope, to speak with over 200 people at a community trunk or treat event. They tabled at the Ohio School Board Association Student Achievement Fair, and they even inspired students at the University of Cincinnati to start their very own SODA chapter. And we cannot forget to mention that these Rockstar students also registered 115 donors during the Campus Challenge alone. So huge congratulations to this team. Your sweatshirts are on the way to you soon. We're going to be able to match. And we're so grateful for all of your hard work. Moving on to our winning college team, which is the University of Colorado Boulder. They absolutely crushed it with all of their advocacy efforts. They also worked closely with their OPO, Donor Alliance, to bring some impactful education events to their peers. from exploring organ perfusion technology and using medical simulators to hosting sessions on navigating sensitive donation conversations. They have truly shown their creativity with their events and their dedication. And that's just the beginning. During Liver Awareness Month, they invited a liver donor and recipient duo to share their journey, followed by hosting 2 heart transplant recipients and a cornea recipient later in the semester as well. And we all know the power of how inspiring it can be to bring real stories out into your community and to your peers. So this is definitely an example of some activities that I would recommend our chapters replicate moving forward. So thank you so much to Soda at CU Boulder for participating and bringing so much energy and creative events to this campus challenge. It's a well-deserved victory, and we're excited to celebrate you here today. And last but not least, we have our winning graduate school team, which is Duke University's School of Medicine. And they took donation education to the next level. They kicked things off with a powerful event featuring Dr. Stuart Connectley, a leading kidney and pancreas transplant surgeon and researcher. Together, they dove into the history of transplant medicine, from the early days of transplantation to the discovery of game-changing drugs and the creation of the U.S. organ allocation system through the National Organ Transplant Act of 1984, which is so cool and such an amazing event to bring to future healthcare professionals on their campus. And their momentum didn't stop there. Dr. Aparna Rege joined the conversation to shine a light on critical topics like disparities in recent eligibility and donor origin. And she also shared promising advancements aimed at expanding the donor pool and improving accessibility for those in need. So Duke University School of Medicine is truly leading the charge in donation advocacy for these future healthcare professionals. And they've just done such amazing work throughout our campus challenge. So round of applause to them. And again, just a huge congratulations to all the teams who participated in this challenge, just putting yourself forward to participate and to be an active member of SODA's network by hosting regular events and participating in all of these different activities as well. We're celebrating. So you are all amazing and champions in our eyes. And we also owe a huge shout out to our 2024 Campus Challenge sponsors, the Association of Organ Procurement Organizations, Second Chance Fundraising, the United Network for Organ Sharing, and Hearts for Us. So again, keep an eye out for more information about next year's Campus Challenge and start brainstorming ways that you can be our 2025 victors. The competition will be heating up in the fall, so we have so much to look forward to. I'd also like to share an update on our SODA's 2024 partnerships. Daniel Gives Back organization is starting a spring scholarship with us for incoming and current college students. So there will be more information coming out about that scholarship, along with our student advocacy scholarship and our HBCU organ, eye, and tissue donation advocacy scholarship. So if you're a student listening who's going to be in college next year, you're currently in college, keep an eye out around April time for more announcements about how you can apply to those scholarships and receive funding for your education for this upcoming school year. And we'll be hearing more from a guest speaker very, very soon with much more about the Daniel Gives Back organization. So stay tuned to learn more about their mission from our special guest speaker. And we also would like to recognize the Live, Love, Donate organization, which is a Wisconsin-based 501c3 nonprofit that's dedicated to saving lives through organ, eye, and tissue donation advocacy. Inspired by their father, Steve's journey as a 2-time kidney transplant recipient, Live, Love, Donate honors his memory by organizing fundraisers, community events, and educational sessions to raise awareness and support for this life-saving cause. And we'd like to thank Live, Love, Donate for their very generous gift to support our Wisconsin SODA chapter. So thank y'all so much for your partnership. And that was all of our 2024 updates. Again, there's just been so much to celebrate this last year. It felt like the whole year was filled with milestones and accomplishments, and it wouldn't be possible without our network, our partners, our students, our OPO, and all of our friends that we've made, Nicole and I, and all of our students along the last 10 years since SOTA was founded. So we're going to move in now to some reminders for the spring semester, as well as some updates on new and existing programming that we have going on. A reminder to all of the students on the call, if you are a chapter leader, this is a great time to complete our leadership development course. This course covers all of the information you need to be a successful SOTA chapter leader. It builds some really great leadership skills like communication, problem solving, goal setting, really great words to throw into your resume, to keep on your LinkedIn profile. So if you are an existing SOTA chapter leader or you're brand new, taking over a position within your chapter, this is a great refresher on all things SOTA, on how to host events. So definitely check it out. It's at www.sotanational.org/resources. I'd also like to remind all the students on the call who are part of a SOTA chapter that our event budget increased. So your chapter now has access to $300 in funding for your events each semester. And be sure you're never spending money out of your own pocket. Always request reimbursements to SOTA National on the resources page of our website to be reimbursed. And this can go towards things like food, donuts is a big one, pizza is another big one. If you need to Uber off campus to visit your OPO or volunteer at a community event, these are just a few examples of the costs that SOTA will cover for you. So be sure again that you are always requesting reimbursements through the resources page of our website. I also wanted to remind all the students on the call or people on the call who have students in their lives that are interested in a career in the medical field or in healthcare that SOTA National has a partnership with the Princeton Review, and we have a discount code that you can put towards MCAT supplies and study materials, as well as LSAT, the ACT prep, SAT prep, pretty much any exam they have study materials for, and you can use the discount code SOTANAT20 to get 20% off those materials. Another reminder is that we also have our SOTA Service Awards along with the President's Volunteer Service Award, which are offered through SOTA. The President's Volunteer Service Award is a nationally recognized volunteer award that looks really great on a resume. It was recommended by one of our students to add as something we offer. So I would definitely recommend checking out the requirements for that on the resources page of our website if you're looking for resume building opportunities or ways to reach other students on your campus who are interested in community and volunteer outreach initiatives. And we do currently have a paid remote internship available on our website. If anyone's interested in applying, it is our HBCU Marketing and Event Planning Internship. So if you are an HBCU student who's interested in hosting an event with SOTA, on giving us some feedback about your experience advocating on campus, visit sotanational.org/join our team to find the application. And I wanted to share, oh hey, don't know how that got there, that we are going to have a Donate Life Month challenge coming up in April. More information to come very, very soon, but a sneak peek, just so it's on everyone's radar that we're going to have a special celebration this semester. So keep an eye out on our socials, on the weekly emails that you receive from myself, and you can even start planning your own events for April. It's the biggest month that we have in the donation community, and it's something to be excited for every spring. And the final reminder I will give for the spring semester is to reach out to your organ procurement organizations, your local OPOs. They want to hear from you. They want to partner with you. They want to know what you have going on campus. So please send them an email and check in. Let them know what you have planned so far. They can also help connect you with guest speakers in your service area, with local volunteer opportunities, and may even be able to provide you with some free supplies as well. So be sure you're checking in at least 2 times each semester with your organ procurement organization. And if that term is foreign to you and you're one of our student advocates, be sure you email me so I can reintroduce you to who your contact is at your local OPO, because it is not a relationship you want to miss out on. It's super valuable. And that is all of the updates that I have. I would love to invite now our guest speaker, Lola, to join us and share more about her experience as a SOTA chapter alumni and a donor sister. So Lola, whenever you get a chance to click the join button, I will accept your request and we can get started on the Q&A portion of today's kickoff party. While she goes ahead and requests to join, I can share a little bit more about Lola's history with SOTA. She is one of our chapter alumni who founded the SOTA chapter at Brookfield East High School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, along with two of her peers. And that continues to be one of our more active SOTA chapters today. They're still very involved. They've passed down their leadership positions and have a new team taking over who's been crushing it. So we're grateful for Lola and her peers for starting that chapter and keeping it going. So Lola, whenever you get a chance, aha, I see it. I'll go ahead.
Hello.
There we go. Hi, Lola. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much again for being here with us today to share more about your personal journey with donation and also for being such a rock star advocate for SOTA. We've been able to lean on you for so many different special opportunities, and it's great to see you again since you graduated.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We can start off with the first question I have for you, which is, what does being part of the donation community mean to you personally, and what inspired you to get involved in SOTA and donation advocacy?
So, being part of the donation community, to me personally, I have a connection because my brother was an organ donor, and he donated 4 of his organs, his heart, his liver, and his 2 kidneys. And it ended up saving 4 lives. So the advocacy is so important to me because there's so many young people my age and younger who don't really know exactly what organ donation entails. Like there's a lot of stigmas. So when I started the SOTA chapter at Brookfield East, I remember the biggest question I got was, wait, do I have to donate my organs to be in this club? So it was just like breaking a lot of stigmas was, I guess, like the most important thing, and having people realize like what a big effect being an organ donor actually means.
Yeah, definitely. That's an interesting question you got. I'm glad that y'all were able to address that
Yeah,
question and no one had to donate their organs to join any SOTA clubs.
yeah.
And I appreciate you sharing more about your brother with us too, and him being a donor hero is so impactful, and the power of storytelling is really invaluable. And we're grateful to have you to also share more about Daniel Gives Back, which is your family's foundation in memory of your brother. So I'd love if you could share a little bit more about this organization with everyone in the audience so they can learn about how special it is too.
So Daniel Gives Back, my family and I started it the June that my brother passed away, and we made it its purpose to maintain all the aspects of Daniel's life that he cherished so much. So it kind of has 4 important pillars. One of them, the one that I think we do our most events around, is helping others. So Daniel actually was the first in my family to decide to be an organ donor on his driver's license. My parents weren't signed up, I wasn't signed up, but he was the first one who signed up, and then we all decided to later because of him. So that's why we're really centered around organ donation education, being partners with SOTA. And then another big important part of that is the blood drives that we've hosted. We've hosted 11 blood drives since June of 2022, collecting 706 blood products. And altogether, we've um, positively affected 2,108 lives through all these blood products. So I would say that that is the biggest thing Danielle Gives Back is centered around. But we also have 3 other aspects we focus on. One is also fitness. Danielle was really involved in fitness. So we partner with Cream City 5K, and we had Team Danielle Gives Back for the past 2 years. And again, this April we'll be having another team. And Cream City 5K is an organization that was made by Jesse Poggles, and it was to all the proceeds go towards Versity. You sign up for a team, you do the run, and then all the registration money goes towards Versity. And then another important pillar is scholarship, because Danielle was very smart. Many people say the smartest person he knew. He went to Northwestern. So part of that is we fund scholarships at high school. So we funded scholarships at Brookfield East and Brookfield Academy for the past 2 years, and we'll be doing it again for years to come. And finally, another one of his biggest passions was chess. So we're partners with Power of Pawns chess organization run by Chris Sharma. And there we run an annual Danielle Pearl Memorial Tournament. So again, there's been two, and we look forward to the next one coming next year.
Wow, that was a really great overview. I love how you explain it in terms of the pillars of Daniel's character and what that means for his legacy, and how you've really invested in those things. And I think I'm familiar with the Cream City 5K. I've seen the photos of y'all volunteering at the Brookfield East chapter volunteering. I think we had the University School of Milwaukee
Yeah.
volunteer with y'all there
So
too.
last year we kind of did like a partner table of soda. It was the USM soda chapter and the Brookfield East soda
Mhm.
chapter. So it was really cool to collaborate with other Wisconsin high school chapters too.
Yeah, we've seen Daniel Gives Back collaborate a lot with, with Soda, and you mentioned Versity as well, which is the local organ procurement organization for anyone who may not be familiar. So I've also seen photos of those blood drives that y'all have done on campus. So it's just a really inspiring way to see partnership in this field and across organ donation organizations, and how the power of your story has really affected the lives of so many people so positively. So again, I really appreciate you joining us to share more about Daniel and his legacy. And I'd recommend everyone on the call to definitely check out the Daniel Gives Back website and to look into the activities they have. If y'all are in the Milwaukee area and you're interested in any of the volunteer events, definitely reach out, and I can also help connect anyone who'd like to be introduced as well. Um, so thank you again, Lola. And again, everyone feel free to reach out to me over email if you want any introductions to the organization. And keep an eye out for our scholarship coming out in April. This will be our first year doing the scholarship with Daniel Gives Back, so we're really excited to award that to an incoming or current college student. Um, and I'd love to also ask you what the most rewarding part of leading donation advocacy efforts on your high school campus was in your time as a SOTA chapter leader at Brookfield East.
So I would say the most rewarding part and a shocking honestly was seeing how many people were interested and had kind of their own personal stories when it came to parents, grandparents, or just like family in general. So it was cool kind of seeing like the community come together, and even people who weren't didn't have a personal connection to organ donation, they just truly wanted to become more educated and like register on their driver's license, see what it was all about. So I think I was just so surprised and amazed to see how many students at my high school were really interested in joining, because the first year we started the chapter, we had over 50 club members, which was amazing.
Wow.
And yeah, another really rewarding part is seeing how the club is living on today with our new exec board and even more members this year. And I love seeing all the new faces that are getting involved and being passionate about organ donation education, if like not just learning for themselves, but spreading it to others as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the power of one story when others hear someone, especially someone their own age who's on their campus, share something with others that they find so inspiring, it can help other people open up to and find those connections and help you form friendships that you didn't expect, and amongst your peers, and a deeper level of understanding with each other. So I can definitely imagine how that would be a really rewarding aspect. And I've seen firsthand how active your chapter still is, and that is a testament to how you and your team of founders really set up the chapter. It's obviously really important to us to make sure our chapters are long lasting, and even when leaders leave and graduate and move on to different campuses, or move on with their lives, that there are new students who are prepped to take over and run chapter responsibilities. So I would also love to shout out the current chapter leaders at Brookfield East High School, because they hosted some really great events last semester. They're super communicative, so y'all set that up really nicely for them to transition. And I'd also love to ask how you make donation education relatable and engaging for your fellow students when it comes to your chapter and your advocacy events.
Yeah, I would say that that was definitely like the biggest challenge was like finding events that people could get really interested in. So the first event that we hosted was Donuts for Donors, and I feel like that was just like a fun incentive to get students to try it out and like figure out what organ donation education is all about. So I think the most important part is just making events like fun and relatable and kind of like seeing like the really positive actually donating any organs and blood drives. It's like the next closest thing. So like by donating your blood, you can already see like what an impact that's making, and I think that helps people realize then the impact that like organ donation makes too.
Yes, definitely. And I love that you mentioned Donuts for Donors, which I'd say is one of a lot of our chapters' first events that they try out hosting because it's so engaging and fun, and it can feel more lighthearted when it comes to a topic that can otherwise be very serious and for some difficult to approach. So, again, we mentioned that y'all can always request funding for your events, and that can go towards, bringing donuts on campus to distribute, to get that conversation started, to get students to your table. So I really love that you mentioned that. And, I also like that you're honest about how it can be a little bit difficult at times just to get the ball rolling and to have those conversations. Not everyone wants to speak about such serious topics, especially, in a school environment, but it is also one of the better places to reach your peers and reach people your age because y'all are already prepped to be learning, to be taking in new information, and you're such influential leaders on campus. So you're people that your peers can look to for reliable advice and storytelling and all of that. So thank you for sharing that with us. And the last question I ask is if you can leave us with a moment that's really stuck with you and reinforce the importance of your work as a donation advocate.
So I would say the moment that was the most impactful to me was when I was the guest organ donation family member at the 2024 Ceremony of Life. So the Ceremony of Life is an event that is at the Governor's Mansion of Wisconsin, and it invites all the families who have lost a family member who was an organ donor in the past year. So we went to it in 2023, and then I spoke at the 2024 one, and it was just really impactful to share mine and Daniel's story to families who had just gone through something so similar in the past year. And I just think it was really important to share with them how like it really does get better and how you can build something positive off such a tragic event. And I just really hope that it inspired others to kind of try to see like the light at the end of the tunnel, because I know when I was personally at the Ceremony of Life, like it didn't feel like it would get this much better. It didn't feel like I would be able to find like a new purpose. So I just really hope that I helped others see that.
Yeah. That's so inspiring. And, for you to be able to see both sides and to share that with the audience, I'm sure, they'll look back and really, once they're at the point where you are too, and remember what you said. And I'm sure it gave them that light at the end of the tunnel that they can get through, and that you will find your passion and your spark again, and that truly the legacy of donor heroes lives on, and everyone who knew them and everyone who learns about them. So I can imagine that is a very inspiring moment. And to be so young and do something so amazing in front of an audience. I mean, I struggle with public speaking as it is. So that's just so inspiring to see you taking initiative on those opportunities and really seeking them out. So congratulations to you on all of the accomplishments you've had with SODA and in your community. And again, so grateful to have had you. And I'll give the audience a chance to ask any questions in the comment section if you have any questions for Lola about her journey, or just from myself related to SODA. We have a few minutes that we can answer any questions. I see we have some Brookfield East representation in the
Yeah.
comments. Great to see y'all here. I see a question for you, Lola. Do you have any tips for working with organ procurement organizations, or in your experience, how did you go about working with Versity?
So yeah, I think that Versity and Soda makes it very easy. They give you an OPO to connect with,
Mhm.
and you just have to email them with any questions, or and they can now also give you advice for events that you can host. And like for example, last year we did an event where we donated gift bags to children on the organ transplant list at Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. So our OPO really helped us connect with somebody at the hospital. So I honestly think that like any idea you have, just like throw it out to your OPO and see how they can help you figure out like what you want to do to further spread the organ donation education and an impact.
Yeah, that's really great advice. And I believe the chapter did the same event this year where they donated some goodie bags and Versity helped them out too. And they also did a letter writing event, I believe, where they wrote, handwritten holiday cards for local, I believe it was recipients in the Milwaukee area. So just a really great example of a strong partnership. And I appreciate, again, you forging that when you founded the chapter along with your other two co-founders. And I see another question for you as well that says, how do you focus or how did you focus on developing a strong and sustainable chapter?
I think the most important part of that is because what makes a chapter is its members, and I'd say like the founders or president's passion for it. So I think it was the really important thing that we did is at the beginning of the school year when we had just started the chapter, we really focused on recruiting members and like getting our name out there. So we would have like our school's org fair and we would set up a table and basically just tell people who we are, what we're doing. And I think that was the most important thing to do because you can't really do much if you don't have members. So I think that's really important. And then just having each meeting feel really welcoming, having good communication, focusing on the following year's exec board, like who's in charge of what, I think are all really important things.
Yeah, that was really great advice as well. I think, when you speak about having those active members, it really takes putting yourself out there and just saying yes to opportunities and finding ways on campus that you can be involved. I know lots of our chapters will participate in activities fairs or club fairs or org fairs. Also, if there's any big sporting events or homecoming or big school-wide events that y'all can piggyback off of, that's a really great way to just participate and have a presence amongst your peers without having to plan some whole big event by scratch. And you also mentioned the importance of having a plan for bringing on new leaders. I think that can be also a really engaging way to encourage active chapter membership is by saying, if y'all are active members with us and you're interested in a leadership position, we can explore that and having a process set up to identify who those leaders are. So that was some really great advice. And I don't see any other questions at the moment, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all so much again for joining us. And Lola, thank you for being our guest speaker for this spring semester kickoff
Thank you for
party.
having me.
Of course, there's so much excitingness to come in this spring semester, so much exciting programming coming up. And I just want to plug our scholarships one more time, which will be coming out around April. So if you're an incoming or current college student, keep an eye out for that Daniel Gives Back scholarship, along with our student advocacy scholarship and our HBCU scholarship. And we'll have many more updates on our socials, so make sure you're following this Instagram account. We also have a TikTok, since that's still around. I believe it's at Soda National. And yes, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Feel free to DM us with any questions, or if you need my email to get in touch, you can always direct message us on Instagram. But thank y'all so much. Bye, everyone.